Good morning. The time is 1:09 EST on April 29th, Friday. TGIF. Make sure you go check out the hyperpop remix of Friday by Rebecca Black featuring the talents of Big Frida, Dorian Electra, Dorian Electra, and 303. Shout out to the gang. Um, it's a late night stream, or I guess an early morning stream if you're on the EST like myself. Um, there are a lot of things that are supposed to be in the tubes for this channel, including five karaoke, like mutual aid things we're trying to do. If you're tapped in with me on TikTok, you'll see what I mean. You can find me at this name, just all lowercase and no spaces. That's still coming. I have to find the time to get stuff recorded when my neighbors aren't here and I'm not making too much noise. Um, New episodes of Catter and Canard are on the way, so thanks to all who are like leaving comments and liking and stuff like that. It means a lot to me. And I think that's about it. Hopefully, a collaboration with Saddest Night Out is in the cards somehow, some way. Shout out to Roy. Left a hyperlink with your link tree in the description. Y'all see the title? It's 30 songs for 30 questions. I had couple days off, and I saw a video from Mike C. Town of Dead End Hip Hop. I'm a big fan of that channel. Big fan of Mike, especially given his proclivities for the heavy stuff. So you can find a link to his Patreon and to the Patreon for Dead End Hip Hop in the description, along with 30 songs. You can find these sort of uh, pictures online of various questions that your friends can ask you, and you can share music in that way. And Mike had a really awesome list, and I'm like, I want to make my own, but I don't want to just drop mine in the comments. I want to make some content. So Mike's video is also in the description. Please leave a like, comment, please subscribe to him, because I think his point of view on music is underrated, undervalued in this galaxy we call just music enthusiasm, I don't agree with Mike all the time, but at least I know that I'm not as unique as I think with the taste that I have. But hopefully you'll disagree with me when I talk about the songs we have today. So we shouldn't be here too long. I have 30 questions and 30 songs. I'll go into detail and probably pull up the list on my phone, because not only is it here on YouTube, you can also find it on Spotify along with my hashtag. I turned 30 in July, so if you would like to send me an birthday present, there you go. You have that opportunity if you would be so generous. So this playlist is 2 hours. I won't take 2 hours. I won't be before you long if you speak Christianese. Let's take a look at my second tab here. Well, I'll see it, but you won't. Question number one is a song you like with the color in the title, and I decided to choose Cardinal Red by Monuments. It's one of the first songs that came out for their new album. It's called In Stasis. And if you love gent, if you love UK metal, you should be listening to Monuments. Their current vocalist is Andy Sizek. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Who I know from doing a ton of dance Gavin dance covers on YouTube. Super talented, harsh and clean vocalist. I also highly recommend the what podcast is John Brown, their lead guitarist and band founder, as a podcast with Al Levy. Oh my god, why can't I think of the name? This is what is so awkward about these streams. I don't come that prepared. Let me see something real quick. The Riff Hard podcast. Yes. I love listening to musicians talk, and since I don't play an instrument, it's interesting to get the perspective in regards to keeping up with their craft and making interesting, awesome, heavy songs like Cardinal Red. I love just the way the chorus sounds, and you'll also find interesting that on this song features the talents of Mick Jenkins. Not Mick Jenkins, oh my god, that's the rapper. Of Mick Gordon. It's close but no cigar. Shout out to Mick Jenkins. Shout out to Chicago. Mick Gordon is the dude responsible for like the really awesome soundtrack for Doom, the reboot for Doom, which I haven't played yet. Hopefully I will when I get the PlayStation 5. Maybe next year. We'll see. Knock on wood. So yeah, just love this the synth environment this song is cradled in. Like, if you love gent bullshit, you're gonna love Cardinal Red. Like, you'll see when you click on the video. It's giving very much rojo. So it's fun. You'll enjoy that. Question two is a song with a number in the title. And at first, I was gonna actually I don't remember what I was going to choose. Actually, we're at 6 minutes on this particular live video, and I chose 6 by Structures, featuring the talents of who's the homie from Counterparts? Brendan Murphy. You should follow Brendan Murphy on Twitter. He's funny as shit. He was on a podcast with one of the homies from Close Your Eyes. I don't remember the name of the podcast, but just a very just like cut and dry kind of dude, and I appreciate that. Again, more genty bullshit. Like, if you're gonna listen to this stuff and you don't know what it sounds like going in, make sure your volume's turned a little down. It's heavy, and I love it. Just like big tunes. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's gonna put a hole in your wall. It's great. So yeah, I don't even know why it's called 6, but I just love how narcissistic, I guess, the lyrics are. It's like, humans live in filth. All they care about is like financial gain, and like even like your your dedication to religion will not save you from like oblivion. Like Brendan, like he says quietly into the mic, like the point before like the last breakdown, fight for your life. So like if like finance, money, and like religious beliefs hold you back, push them to the side, because if you looked outside or been on your phone recently, a lot of wicked stuff is happening out there, and you need to choose a side. And I choose the side of great art, including song number 3, which is a song that reminds you of summertime. I kind of took the easy way out on this one. I chose Summertime by My Chemical Romance from their Danger Days album. When this album came out, I wasn't too keen on it, but now that I'm almost 30 years old, I care. I respect it more. Like, I know that like the change that came with MCR post Black Parade was jarring for a lot of people, but here they are now about to go on the road again, and like people are clamoring to see them. So I would really respect it if they decide to put the song into the set list, because it gives me like a little sense of peace, and I appreciate that. Like, it reminds me of like I'm glad that I've grown up into a person that respects this kind of song. Like, it isn't that cheesy. Trust me, there's way cheesier stuff on the radio right now. They don't play as much MCR as they ought to, considering what they've done for this scene, for this genre, for music in general. All right, let's get to some negative stuff. A song that reminds you of someone you would rather forget about. In the relationship I was in prior to the one I'm in now, our song was With You by I Fight Dragons. Very cheesy, but very wholesome. And I don't think it's a bad song post relationship. In fact, when they signed to Photo Finish Records, they released a different version with Keena Grannis, who was one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Yeah, but yeah, like, I can't help but think about those times, and I'm still like processing how I feel about those last 3, not the last 3 years, but just like that 3-year period. I wasn't my best Chris, and I have changed since those times. I sincerely hope that she who must not be named is not watching. Hope you found your peace. Hope you're happy out there. Number 5, I switched around a couple of the questions because the original answer. So, like, just to cut all the bullshit, the next two songs are Bouncin' by Tinashe and Butterflies by Skrillex, Stara, and Fortet. And, like, the original question five is a song that needs to be played loud. And originally I said Bouncin'. And Bouncin' does sound great at max volume, but I feel like it fits better for the dancing category. So I switched the questions. So a song that I want to dance to is Bouncing by Tinashe. I can't dance like Tinashe, but I want to move, I want to groove, and I love that about this song in particular. Like I like a it's that Chloe Bailey from Chloe and Halle. Like I feel like she and Doja Cat are filling the space that should have been filled by Tinashe. I'm deeply disappointed that the people responsible for her like coming up didn't have her best interest at heart because she can sing and dance with the best of them. Normani, oh forget it. We need the two of those two. We need those two on a track together. Just cutting a rug on a video. That's what my opinion. And Bouncing is a clear example of that. It just it's a lot of fun. Like I need to play that for some people out there and see how like their bodies react to that because I really it makes me want to bounce my head a little bit, but with and that's why I originally picked Butterflies by Skrillex and the gang because usually we don't expect like a straight like four on the floor house song from Skrillex. Like sure maybe when we got songs like All I Ask of You from the first EP. Shout out to Dead Mouse, not really, but like, man, like I feel like I often like daydream about the joy it must be to like be a DJ out there playing in some dingy small room and like everyone trusts you and their fun night to you picking like a great song and Fortet's a great DJ on his own. I have to encourage his stuff. He's a bunch of it. Radiohead co-signs him. Tom York is a great DJ. And I don't know much about Star, but I'd like to know more. So that's my song that needs to be played loud is Butterflies by Skrillex, Star, Fortet, and the dancing song, Bouncing by Tinashe. Bouncing on the ground, bouncing on the ground. Number 7 is a song to drive to. And spoiler alert, I don't have my license. I don't ever plan to drive if I can avoid it. I'll take a bicycle every time. Shout out to Queen. But when I think about like just driving fast and the freedom that like driving grants you, I think about Stuck in the Middle by 4 Years Strong. Yeah, they have a song on that same album called Just Drive, but I thought that would have been a little too easy. I know I feel more strongly about like Stuck in the Middle. Like it wakes me up, like gets me activated. And I think about like just like putting the keys in the ignition or pressing the button and zoom, you're off. You're going to do whatever the heck you're doing. You're going to the post office or something. I don't know. It's freaking great. Super good active rock. The next song is a song about drugs and alcohol. And another fun fact about me, I'm straight edge, but I thought of this one Scene Kids song called Nicotine and Alcohol Saved My Life by Def Havana. And it's your standard like post-hardcore, metalcore, like scream, sing song, but like there's some passion there. Like there's some real emotion. And I'm surprised the song didn't get bigger than it did. Like it clearly, wow, that's actually awful. I was gonna say clearly cleared. That doesn't make any sense. It, if you look at it when you click on the link in the description, like it's definitely got a million hits, but no more than that. And I believe the harsh vocalist of that band left Def Havana and they had to change their sound. And honestly, I know maybe 2 songs by this band that aren't this one. And one of them, Smiles All Around, super good. Very like Dance Gavin Dance esque, You Me at 6 esque, if you enjoy that kind of stuff. But then they went kind of like Springsteen esque, and that's cool. Like, if you like the Gaslight anthem and things like that. But that's not really like kept me on board. So I wish those lasts well. Like this song is takes me back to that time when all I really cared about was this sound, like this breakdown emotional sound. So drink up, smoke up to that. Responsibly, of course. Number 9 is a song that makes me happy. I have Jolt by Yvette Young, a piano and drum instrumental song. It's a very cute video if you've seen it, and like we primarily know Yvette Young for her talent on the guitar, but if you've done a little research about her, you know that her background is in classical piano. And I'm glad that playing the piano still brings Yvette some form of joy, even though playing classical, from what I've read, was kind of um, brutal to say the least. And I love the way the piano sounds. It's such a magnificent instrument. I have very big, long fingers. I could play a piano if I was dedicated enough. And so I go to a very like fun place in my mind, like watching friends and family watch these two performers play this song. And the drummer featured in Jolt is the drummer from Cavett, which is Yvette Young's band. And the person who plays drums for Cavett this is like just like intoxicating smile. Like he's always smiling, playing like these just very intricate math rock based drums. Like it's so fascinating. I hope to like see them play so I can get a picture with Homeboy because I love his smile. You could maybe see it's creepy or inauthentic, but like playing music is just so it's magic. It's literally magic, and like the back half of this song gets me kind of like it makes me feel it makes me want to cry sometimes, but like from absolute happiness and listening to this like beautiful composition. So highly recommended if you want just like upbeat, almost challenging instrumental like piano in your life. The next song, number 10, is a song that makes you sad. And I chose Constance by Spirit Box. This is a song that changed metal for the better. It was a song I think the entire scene needed. Like the background on the story, on the song, from what I've heard, is that lead vocalist Courtney LaPlante lost her grandma, and from what I've read and heard, her grandma's like, "Yo, please sing at my funeral." There's none of that screaming stuff, and this song was written. And when they shot the video, I believe the director lost his grandmother, and I believe that lady who died, her name is Constance, and I think she had Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's sounds terrifying to a person like myself because don't remember everything about my life. I remember most things. I remember songs and things like that, but like, it took me a long time to even remember my own phone number and stuff like that. So you get to see like the kind of unsettling reality of a person with Alzheimer's. And like um, I lost my dad some time ago, and when I hear this song, I think about how I haven't really processed my grief like most people have. Crying is very hard for me, and so I'm so glad that a song like this, Constant, has given me the space to really just like be upset about losing someone I've loved for my entire life. And so if you listen to that song, please make sure you're in a space that allows you to like be emotionally vulnerable. Maybe call somebody or text someone you love very much, they've been spoken into for a while, so you can like stay connected and make sure you don't, because you never know when you lose somebody you love. And a global pandemic can make that reality a lot um, sooner than we'd want. Yeah, pretty intense stuff. Beautiful song. I love that like metal can do this for a person. I wish more people would listen to songs like this when they decry the genre and how it's just like obnoxious and like not art. This song changed my life. I'm so thankful for a song like Constance. I have to like stay away from it. It's become a song that like I only want to play for people who haven't heard it before, who might need it, who might need just something that's just um can just like soften their hearts. And yeah, it's so good. It's one of the best songs. It's one of the best metal songs I've ever heard. I'm so thankful for Spirit Box, what they're doing for the genre. Such good stuff. Can't say it enough. Number 11 is a song that you never get tired of. I chose Satellite by Guster. And I don't remember how I even heard this song, but it's so good. Like, it's just everything I love about the indie rock sound, that hipster bullshit. Like, if you love Death Cab for Cutie, Bright Eyes, The Decemberists, this is a song for you. Just a very, very ear cat, like very the chorus is is ear candy for me, and like it's a song I want to sing and like cover like legit with like musicians and everything. You know, it's so pretty and like it's it's romantic. You know, and I love to hear the song in more like big box stores across the world because it's super good. I never really given them a chance as a band, and I ought to. So if you're a Guster fan, drop one of their favorites. Drop your favorite Guster song in the comments. Do that. Number 12 is a song from your preteen years. And I really didn't know what the preteen years were, but if you Google it, you get age 9 to age 12. And I'm like, okay, let's like get 12 and 9 out of here. And we got 10 and 11, you know? And I'm like, oh, what do I pick? I flipped a coin and I got 11. So that's 2003. And I picked Superstar by Ruben Studdard, season 2 winner of American Idol. My dad's like, he was watching the show every week because he really wanted Ruben to win for like, you know, the big black guys out there in the world. Stupendous singer, a lot of good stuff. And when I was like finding my own voice as a vocalist, like you study the greats, you study people like Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp, you know, B Slade, um, I don't know, yeah, Rob Ruben Studdard, you know, um, Flying Without Wings, Superstar, which is what I chosen, Superstar, the cover. It's just, I love, I have a very rocky relationship with R&B, and songs like that make me feel welcome, make me feel safe, and like um, grant me to like dream about like a love that I'm not like, I haven't, don't have like direct experience with, you know, like somebody that like creates that you're like fully like encaptured by, and like they know that they love you and they love you back, but the the road keeps them away from you, and it's really hard. And I love a song that has yearning. It's a shame that like the song Valentine by Snail Mail isn't here, because that's a song I've been playing back and back and back and back and forth. That's so much yearning. So in place of that, I have this song from 2003, a song for my preteens, Superstar by Ruben Studdard. It's good stuff, man. Like maybe cheesy for some, but like it means a lot to me. Number 13 is one of your favorite 80s songs, and this is a song I got from my partner. Shout out to Mix Reader. A Little Respect by Erasure. I think you may remember that song from Scrubs if you watched that show. Shout out to Zach Braff. But I think they were playing it on a walk when we were like going to like their mom's house or something, and I'm like, this, it feels right. And of all like the um, eras out there, 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I like the 80s the most. And I had a hard time picking one, but I'm like, I can always fall back on Erasure's A Little Respect, because it's one of those songs that you can hear at a grocery store that I'm not like incredibly sick of. And like, everyone needs a little respect, you know? Aretha Franklin taught us that, you know? So that's a cool song. We also have for song 14 is Speaking of Love, is a song you would love to have played at your wedding. And I chose a song that my dear friend, my brother, Living Abstraction, played for me on a Beat Sense session. Love is More Than a Wedding Day by Cody Chestnut. You may know him from the C 2.0 by The Roots. And again, just an R&B song that doesn't alienate me. It makes me feel at home with my heritage. And I think if there's one thing I think millennials in America, Black Americans, millennials should be cognizant of, is just like, love is hard work. Believe me, I'm learning that the hard way. Love is such hard work, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get married. But I I'm learning every day how much to value love and how much dedication you need for it to like work. And love never fails, but like the song says, love is more than a wedding day, you know? And it's awesome. It's like 6 minutes and like I feel the love that went into making this song. Everyone needs love, everyone feels love. Um, Song number 15 is a song that is a cover by another artist. And at first, I was going to choose some Jacob Collier, but I'm like, let me shine a light on an artist who may not be as popular as he is. I chose Passion Fruit by Yeji. Every time like the Drake version comes up, I'm like, nah, turn that shit off. Play like I love DJs and producers that take like the electronic dance music format and challenge the listener. Like I feel like I'm in a trance when I hear this song. And who knows who wrote it? You know how Aubrey gets down with the OVO camp. But this is like most people would hear like the Paramore version and be like, wow, what a song. But again, that's Haley Williams. Like a ton of people already like Haley Williams and Paramore. Not enough people know about Yeji. Shout out to New York. Shout out to South Korea. Like, dang. I love her work. Like, she has a lot of fun songs. Rain Girl, Drink I'm Sipping On, One More. That two-piece EP she just dropped with that other person. I don't want to mispronounce the name of from that band. Good stuff. That's all I gotta say. Plus, for my generation, shout out millennials. Shout out Yeji. Super awesome. Um, Next we have one of your favorite classical songs. Now, Mike Seatown didn't have one of these, but I do, kinda. Number 16 on my list is Here in Heaven, and there are a lot of parts to this song. The album is from the Goat Rodeo Sessions, featuring the talents of Yo Yo Ma, Chris Tile, Edgar Meyer, and Stuart Duncan. This particular song features Aoife O'Donovan. I'm not going to mispronounce her name. I'm just not. Sorry, yo. Like, non American names I really struggle with, and I'm not going to just like butcher them. It's embarrassing for me. So, yeah, I got this Here in Heaven song for free on iTunes many moons ago. And I don't listen to a lot of folk and bluegrass and stuff like that. But when I find a song that like really just sucks me in, I'm just like, oh, it makes me so happy. This song is so good. And like, as far as I'm concerned, if Yo Yo Ma is there, it's freaking classical. It's labeled such on Google and Wikipedia, and you're not going to argue with those folks. You can argue with me all you want, but it's there. It counts. Like most classical songs, like it's just like a bunch of like Italian or Latin and like the freaking like time signatures or whatever. I don't have time for that. But Here in Heaven by Yo Yo Ma, how easy is that? You're not going to forget that. Come on. Maybe next time I'll have some opera for you or something like that. I don't know. Great stuff. Really just like super great vocals. If you like this song, you'll love the Punch Brothers and songs like Movement and Location, things like that. Wonderful stuff. Number 17 is a song you would sing a duet with during karaoke. And I chose Keep On Hoping by Raul Midon and Jason Mraz. Now, I know that Mraz got himself into some trouble claiming to be Two Spirit when you can't be if you're not like Indigenous or Native American. Like, don't forget that. This was long before that, and I would like to think that man still has some reparation to do in regards to that. But I heard this song when I was in high school, and I think I saw Raul Don on Ellen DeGeneres show like many moons back. And the way he plays guitar, so cool. And like this song is just again yearning. I love a yearning song. It's like, oh, like, do you know what it's like to like feel unrequited love? And I feel like it's a very like volatile, thin line being the person that says, maybe at some point I'll be considered. And it can be on one hand it's very selfish to think that, but on the other it's kind of wholesome. It's like I know who I want and I know who I'm waiting for, and it just might someday that day could be me where it's like, oh, like you are the one I love. Wonderful stuff. I'm the recipient of such a love. And so it's like, wow, you know, beautiful song. And I don't have a lot of friends who I sing with who are like have like a tenor range. And I'd obviously be singing like the Raul part of the song because I can carry a tune, but I'm not that. I don't do so well naturally up in that register that Jason Mraz has. So if you can play guitar, I want to bang this song out. Shoot me a DM. Trying to sing a lot more this year. A lot more. Um, Number 18, a song from the year I was born in. Well, I was born in 1992, and I'm not really familiar with a lot of songs from that year, but I am familiar with "Walking on Broken Glass" by Annie Lennox. Again, there's one of those songs you hear everywhere in big box stores that sounds so good. Like Annie Lennox was in her bag her whole career. So cool, just like for like those alt like hipster goth girls and such. Like what an icon, what style, what a it's because Annie Lennox walked. So like singers like Pink could run. You know what I mean? Like great stuff. Just mm, 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 mm. It has just like such attitude and like swagger. I love that song, dude. Number 19 is a song that makes you think about life. And I'd like to shine my light on a band that I got into via TikTok, The Continuous, that, make prog rock and have a song called Reality. And, like I get lost in my own head sometimes thinking about, time, how it's a human construct and like what I'm doing with that time, going to work every freaking day, worrying about how broke I am and like not making time for my passions, playing too many video games, not reading enough books. And I too want to escape this reality. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but this song is going to be right along with me. There's some great vocals, there's some saxophone there. Super fun stuff. Like follow the band on TikTok. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Can't wait to listen to more of their stuff. Um, Number 20 is a song that has many meanings to you. And I'm gonna pull up the lyrics of this song. It's I Let It In and It Took Everything by Loathe. And I'm this band changed me. Like this album that it's from, wow, like when it comes to like the Deftones sound, there are two bands that are carrying like the flame, just like the sound and the style of Deftones, even though they're still here, but like one day they're gonna stop. And when they do, it'll be bands like Sleep Token and Loathe. They're just bringing you that menacing, demolishing metal sound with just like the heartbreaking emotion behind it. Here, I'm gonna read you some of the lyrics of this song because listen, this is like the door is open, now I'm running away. Comfort waits where I will seek. How to free a light for weeks. Can you see me now? I have fallen near the end. Can you see me now? You hold the end. Succumb to shock and fear, to a damned climate drawing near, extending shadows that grip your mind, to whisper it's down like one of a kind. Culture in jeopardy, a line drawn and feathering, cut and spread, force feed the false ego. As you philosophize an enemy, hallucinations dissolve into the floor. There's no meaning anymore. Reading my mind back to me, it's clear you are here. While sharing the same air, I can disappear. Do you hear that shit? And just like it's because I've seen like lows like loathe like I've seen like the thumbnail for like two-way mirror, and for the longest freaking time I always assumed that Sharp Tone Records was owned by like Franz by Attila. I don't know why I thought this, but I'm so glad that's not the case. So I check this band out because I think it's like a reaction video to one of the songs or like the album in general, and I'm like, this shit is heavy as fuck. I have to get into this. And I listened to this album all through 2021, and I hate that I got into it late because maybe I could have seen them play or something. I don't know. Like, man, like this Kadeem France, you got the sauce. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Stupefying song. I love it. So good. It has many meanings to me because like you hear those lyrics, man. Like when you hear this album, you'll know like how damn. Number 21 is a favorite song with a person's name in the title, and I chose My Queen is Harriet Tubman by Sons of Kemet. Um, put plainly, not enough you people out there listen to jazz. Like I'm gonna leave it at that. Like Black Lives Matter and the Queen of England is a reptile. Enough said. Number 22 is a song that moves you forward. I chose Easy Action by Boom Boom Satellites. And I want to get this right. I'm actually going to say this out loud because I want to pay tribute to a man whose like music like really had a profound impact on me at a young age. Boom Boom Satellites was two people, bassist, producer, programmer Masayuki Nakano, and vocalist and guitarist Michiyuki Kawashima. And Kawashima died of like brain cancer. That's freaking terrifying. That's awful. And I know that like tours and shows were put on hold so he could get the care that he needed, and like he ultimately succumbed to his illnesses, and that's awful. But like this music by Boom Boom Satellites is just like it's pulsating. It's like electrifying. Like a former friend of mine played me like the ad for the Appleseed animated film, and just like a couple of their songs are featured, and I'd never like seen a movie like this that like the 3D animation and just like the just like it was like Linkin Park, but not, because there wasn't any rapping, but just like the record scratching and like the electronic elements and just like that, just like battering guitar and super cool drums. Man, it's like and like like this song Easy Action. It's for like an anime or something like that, but just like I feel like I have a leather jacket on, sunglasses, like there's pyro everywhere. Like it's just it feels so cool. Like that. It's given like ZZ Top, Motorhead, Metallica, just like it has attitude. Like it makes me feel so cool and confident. And it's just like I want to walk into a room and like everyone's looking at me as I'm walking by. And I'm see the fuck I'm wearing. Like I'm not nothing really to shake a stick at. Like I feel like Lenny freaking Kravitz listening to this song. You know how cool that guy is. Like have some like when you see him like he's on the Grammys like playing his guitar. Like you saw the hair, you saw the boots. It has attitude. It has ratitude. It has fatitude. Max Keeble type shit. So yeah, like I remember how I feel whenever I hear those songs, and it means a lot to me. So shout out to Japan. I'm gonna go there one day, eat the food, see some shows, interact with the people. Number 23 is a song you think everybody should listen to. Look, I hail from Maryland, the DMV, Moco, and there's a band from my town called East Deer Park, and a side project of that band is Granite State. You should listen to both those bands. And in East Deer Park, one of their guitarists, Mikey, has a side project called Rose Lens, and Rose Lens just dropped their first album. It's called Stale Green. 10 out of fucking 10. It's easily one of my favorite albums of the year, without a shadow of a doubt. So you should listen to the lead single, Empty Head, featuring Easter Park. Like it's beautiful vocals, like just like it's giving like anime opening kind of vibes, like stupendous vocals, triumphant guitar work, and just like get that power with the harsh vocals. I know the harsh vocals aren't everyone's back, but like it's just enough to like keep you, like not, you don't see it coming, and now you know it's coming. You haven't heard the song yet. Super good stuff. Like you can find the EP, like the album all the DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify. I love it. I wish this was the sound I heard on the radio every day I was stepping in someone's car or taxi or Lyft or Uber or something like that. This is great stuff. Like, uh, this is, you have to hear this. Check it out. You won't regret it. Um, Number 24, a song by a band you wish was still together. I used to like listen to this band a decade ago called Decoder, but they got sued by another band with the same name, so they changed it to Lead Hands, or at least one project. And I want to remake that album with because it means that much to me. I'm trying to do it with another album. I'm not gonna talk about it here. I don't want to like jinx it. Um, but Lead Hands, um, great album, post hardcore kind of stuff, like really high vocals, like very, like a Skylit Drive, Hail of the Sun, Alisana, Coheed, kind of like lead vocals. And, got that harsh, just like pain stricken, harsh vocalist. I chose the song Conflicts. Yeah, it's just like, like you got just like that morose, kind of like pain. I said pain stricken before, but just like this is that emo bullshit that I love that just like fuels my interests. It means a lot to me. Like there's a lot of fun stuff happening in this song and this album. So you want to check that out. Next song that I have here for y'all, a song by an artist no longer alive. I wasn't sure what I'd pick, and when I googled an option, it gave me like the people from the 27 Club, and I thought it was kind of morbid. But I decided on the Doors with their. I think everyone in the Doors is gone. I think at this point. So I chose Riders on the Storm because again, like that's just a song that feels so cool. Like you want to like write a mini film to this song and just like I don't like going out in the rain, but when I hear this song, like I think about being warm in my bed or like on the couch with the heater on. Just like you imagine like this a dusty band of folks like just telling the dangers and like just the long and winding road, man. Just it didn't like the folks in the Doors didn't have to like. I feel like they didn't have to put on like some bands do. They just were. They were so cool. Like in the same way that maybe like the Arctic Monkeys were so cool and they did like that AM release. Like it just emanated off them naturally. Like with the front man like Jim Morrison, you could do no wrong. Like I was going through my likes on Spotify. I only have one song saved. I tend not to follow any bands over a million monthly listeners, so I unfollowed them because it's not like they're active anyway. But the one song I had on there that wasn't like right as the storm was "Come on, come on, come on and touch me, babe." Like that song, it's so funny, but like it has the only kind of swagger that a rock star like Jim Morrison could have. So right on if you're a rider of the storm. Make sure wear your galoshes and your poncho after that tumultuous weather. Um, Number 26 is a song that makes you want to fall in love. And if you know anything about me, I love love. So I chose my the current song that me and my partner share. It is Distance by Emily King. My sibling sent it to me on YouTube or Facebook. And I was like, yo, check this shit out. And I'm like, wow, like it was like romance is like the Distance by Emily King is the textbook definition for romance. And like I put the audio tree version in the YouTube description, but like the Spotify version of the playlist has like the album version. And when you click on like the YouTube link, it'll take you to like a live performance that has like less views and just like the way the crowd reacts to Emily and this song. It's like this is what R&B is for. This is the heart and the essence of the genre. It's oh, it's perfect. Like it's perfect. Like I'm not saying that just because I like it. Like this is like everything that the genre stands for. Just like being in love with somebody, just like every great thing about being with a person is in the lyrics of this song, and I love it very, very much. Like I love enough to buy it on iTunes for 99 cents. Everyone should hear this song. And it's not, like I'm so thankful for the love that I have with the person I decided to share with, and because of songs like this. So there you have it. We have about, oh man, one, two, four left. See, this isn't very long. Number 27 is a song that breaks your heart, and Constance by Spirit Box is another great song that could fill this hole, but I decided to choose Defeatist by Isley, but the acoustic version. And I'm gonna sing you the back half of the song because you'll see why it's so sad. So if you'll give me just a minute, and hopefully I won't get DCMA'd for doing so. I had it up a minute ago. Words are so hard to spell. There we go. I've got it. And it's very early in the morning, so I'm not gonna do it super loud, but just like the line that reads, "And as the dust falls down, I usually give up so easily. I let my head hang down before I even see a truth as plain as day staring back at me. I'm a defeatist, but I don't have to be. I usually give up so easily. I let my head hang down before I even see a truth as plain as day staring back at me. I'm a defeatist, but I don't have to be." And I I've taken a lot of L's since I moved to the city of brotherly love, and I don't take it lightly. I have a very I struggle with my perception of myself, but songs like this, like they I feel comfort in sadness. Like it's a real emotion that I allow myself to feel. And I think the world would be better if more people did something like that. Isley is super underrated. Like I didn't know that Will Yip was the producer for the last project they did. Super insane, great producer. Like he also produced the things we think we're missing by Balance and Composure, and I could have easily picked like Back of Your Head from that band, but like this drudges up kind of like memories for me that I don't want to like look at anymore. And I still listen to that song all the time, but like I think I do it. I think it's a bad habit, honestly, and I'm always gonna love the song so much. But I feel like a song like Defeatist, especially the acoustic version, puts me in that space. It's like sorrowful, but also contemplative. Like I'm confronting the sadness in my heart when I listen to a song like this, and with like the other song, I'm just wallowing in it. And yeah, I think it's okay to wallow every once in a while, but the key phrase is once in a while. So if you want to allow yourself to feel sad, listen to like the acoustic version. The album version, I feel like it's a little bit more upbeat, and that's not like the kind of energy I wanted to give y'all with this selection that I made. So yeah, that's cool. Three more. Let's do this. Um, Number 28 is a song by an artist with a voice you love. And I had to pick Stevie Wonder and the song Never in Your Sun from the album In Square Circle. Shout out to one of my faves, Tyler the Creator, and my freaking hero, Nardwar the Human Serviette, because Nardwar has Tyler in an interview talking about Stevie. And I had only ever heard a song from In Square Circle twice before because one of my former coworkers loved the song Whereabouts, and I'm like, oh, this song is cool. It's very sad, honestly, but like, man, that man Stevie Wonder can sing and write a freaking song, dog. Damn. And the cellist, Esperanza Spalding, who won Best New Artist from Bieber way back when. Oh wait, I don't know if she won. No, 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 she was nominated or something like that. And she did a cover of Overjoyed from this album for like the Obamas many moons ago. And her cover is sick. And like the original is super good, just like work of art. But Never in Your Sun, like for like the mopey emo dude, like it's perfect. And I'm trying to like sing the shit out of that song someday. Cause like it has a double key change. And only two songs that I love do a double key change correctly. It's Mr. Mister by Girls' Generation and Hanging On by Nowhere. And I almost picked Hanging On by Nowhere for this list, but I'm like, I feel like it may be a little too on the nose for me. I chose something else, and we'll get to that later. So, some Stevie Wonder, such a great voice, so many great songs. I wanted to pick one that isn't necessarily a hit per se. You know, doesn't have like a music video or like chart like the top five of people's lists. I think wonderful stuff. Shout out to Tyler for making me give it a second chance or give it a first look in the first place. Number 29, a song you remember from your childhood, wanted to like show more love and respect for my father. I chose Love is the Way by Commissioned. I was raised in a household very traditionally Christian. You know, I was raised by a Baptist and a Catholic, and so the commission sound is like integral to my love for music. I listened to like a good chunk of their albums in eighth grade, and it's Christian music, like especially made by Black people. It's jarring for me. Like I hear it now, and like I'm awkwardly in the corner in a pew, feeling very out of my own skin. And like a song like "Love Is the Way" by Commission, like it's a right song at the right time. Like it's dated, but in a great way. Like it it feels welcoming, and like any person can get behind the message of love is the way, even if you don't necessarily profess Christ. So I appreciate that, and this the back half is heater, like just like the all the music, just like the it's so cool. Like I love a song that knows it's cool. Like, dang, hallelujah, that song is good. It like love is the serum to heal the land. You know, like who writes songs like that these days? Not a lot of people. You know, we're finally to the last song. It's a song that reminds you of yourself. We've been at this for basically an hour, so thank you for taking the time to listen to this. It's late, and honestly, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I didn't feel like it was the right time. But I want to get this on film, you know, put it aside and get ready for some new projects when I have more free time to do so. I chose a song that reminds me of myself, "Primordial Sound" by the Contortionist. Um, I'm not sure I agree with all the lyrics, but just like as a spiritually skeptical person, one might say an agnostic person, um, like the concept that existence grows from itself. I don't know what that even means per se. Like evolution, creationism, like they're all always each other's necks, and like they will like make you they will look at you sideways if like you like deny evolution and stuff. And my background um would led me to believe that like evolution was just like the ultimate like no. And like now I'm being in the world as I am now, it's just like it's basic science. It's nothing to be scared of. It's not the boogeyman, you know, it's not Frankenstein's monster. But what really like hooks me is the line all that you all that you are. Wait, no. No, I'm not gonna screw this. We're almost done. So let me Google this real quick. The contortionist. Primordial sound. There we go. All that you know versus all that you don't. There is so much in this world I do not know. And that makes me so excited and happy because I have the rest of my life to learn all these things. Yes, I don't remember a lot of things, but we live in the age of the internet, and the internet never forgets. And like the internet is always learning about us, and we're learning about one another on this planet. And hopefully, like my generation will live past like the next like 50 freaking years, like knock on wood. But like in that time that I still have, I can learn about myself and my neighbors and my city in this country and like the other countries around the world and the planet and like the planets that we may never even get to see. I would hope that like my friends' kids and like get to go to those places without like worrying about like the evils of capitalism and all that other stuff. So I like the contortionist sound, like on language, just it's the perfect harmony of me of competent metal, beautiful melody and harmony. Like their vocalist is so talented, doing like the screams and the singing, and like I'm always just like going to bat for metal because I feel like it's being so like looked down upon and like cast aside by naysayers. And like you hear a song like Primordial Sound, you're like, wait, I want to find more stuff like this. Like I love how challenging and just like I feel so like at peace with the universe when I hear this song, when I hear this band. And that's all of it. That's all 30 songs. I'm gonna read them all again, just so in case like you're not looking at the description or like following the link I've left for y'all. Because I'm really proud of this. I love making playlists. So if you want me to make you one, please like shoot me a comment and hit me in the DMs. Um, the 30 songs for these 30 questions include, but are not limited to, Cardinal Red by Monuments and Mick Gordon, Six by Structures and Brendan Murphy, Summertime by My Chemical Romance, With You, the EP version by I Dragons, Bouncin' by Tinashe, Butterflies by Skrillex, Stara, and Fortet, Stuck in the Middle by 4 Years Strong, Nicotine and Alcohol Saved My Life by Def Havana, Jolt by Yvette Young, Constance by Spirit Box, Satellite by Guster, Superstar by Ruben Studdard, A Little Respect by Erasure, Love is More Than a Wedding Day by Cody Chestnut, Passion Fruit by Yeji, Here in Heaven by Yo-Yo Ma. We're having to go on before those guys. Yes, I am. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm sorry. One more time. Hang on. Um, Here in Heaven by Yo-Yo Ma, Stuart Duncan, Edgar Meyer, Chris Howe, and Alifi O'Donovan. I'm sorry. Um, Keep on Hoping by Raul Midon and Jason Mraz. Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. Reality by The Continuous. I Let It In and It Took Everything by Loathe and Vincent Void. My Queen is Harriet Tubman by Sons of Kemet. Easy Action by Boom Boom Satellites. Empty Head by Rose Lens and Granite State. Sorry, not used to Perk like I thought. Sorry. Conflicts by Lead Hands. Riders on the Storm by The Doors. Distance by Emily King. Defeatist, the acoustic version, by Isley. Never in Your Sun by Stevie Wonder. Love is the Way by Commissioned. And Primordial Sound by The Contortionist. That concludes the end of the stream. More cool stuff to come on this channel in particular, like the Catter and Kennard podcast in May. I'm going to do one last 2012 stream with Living Abstraction, aka Alor. Ken Mide, we in this thing. We doing our thing, bro. Shout out to Howard University. Give my man his degree. I hope I'm going to, God willing, get on the horn with Wasted Space. They're going to be on tour soon. They're freaking sick. You'll see for yourself when you talk to them. Shout out to the Good Noise podcast. And hopefully collaboration with Saturday Night Out. So before I let y'all go, I wanted to like get this like an hour, like a clean hour. So I'm gonna say the thing I always say after every one of these streams. When you leave your home in the morning or whenever you leave your crib, make sure you put a mask over your nose, under your mouth. 2, if you're wearing like the medical ones, or cloth ones, 2 if you can, but at least 1, please, for the sake of yourself and for others who may be immunocompromised, sick of COVID. So like, let's do that much and see if we can get these numbers down so people can move the world safely to like get their jobs done until like the revolution comes. We get rid of capitalism for good. Stay hydrated. I'm gonna have some water on screen so you see me do it. It's right here. This is water. You need water. Water's good for you. Shout out to Tony Baker. Ooh, there you go. If you can do one thing for me. If you don't listen to any of these songs, subscribe to me, Mike, anyone at all. Do one thing for me. When you wake up to like brush your teeth and like put on your clothes, to put on your deodorant, look yourself in the mirror like I'm looking into the camera and say, I love you to yourself. If you can't say I love you to yourself, know that I do. You know, I'm just some floating head on the internet, but like in the most like platonic and supportive way, I love you. Love is gonna change the world. Devin Townsend once said that love never fails. This dude on TikTok I love, Todd's Top 10, he says that like life is good, but music is better. And I truly believe that. It's what I care for more than people, and I love people. But like more than like religion and politics, music is gonna save the world because clearly nothing else is working. So with all that in mind, we cracked an hour in like 50 seconds. Thank you for your time. I'll hopefully see y'all very soon. I appreciate listening and watching. From my ears to yours, I'm Chris Kennard. Godspeed. End broadcast.